And most people don't realize this. I'm not talking about the cemetery. I'm not talking about the hospital. I'm talking about common social modern places that seem normal. I will quote some directly. Shopping centers during peak hours, not by consumption, but due to collective emotional saturation. Have you noticed how your body reacts after 2 hours of walking in a crowded mall on a Saturday? The constant noise, excessive artificial light, silent competition for space, uninterrupted visual stimulation, advertising competing for your attention. Your nervous system goes into a mild alert mode. This is real energy depletion. Extremely competitive environments also silently drain energy. Offices where there is a constant atmosphere of fear. Companies where employees work under permanent psychological pressure. Places where everyone competes but no one cooperates. You don't need to participate in the tension to be affected by it. The collective emotional field impacts your body. Crowded waiting rooms are another example. Clinics, registries, public departments where people arrive carrying frustration, anxiety, and irritation. You might be fine when you enter, but after 40 minutes in that environment, you start to feel mental weight. This is not superstition. It is continuous exposure to collective stress. Houses where there is constant conflict are even more impactful. If you regularly attend an environment where there are repetitive discussions, accumulated resentment, and hostile silence, your body registers this. You may not be arguing, but your physiology is absorbing the pattern. Bars and environments where excessive alcohol dominates are also draining, not because of moralism, but because of emotional density. Aggressive conversations, lack of control, impulsivity, latent tension. You may leave believing you had fun, but energetically, you return exhausted. Another extremely draining modern environment, social media consumed indiscriminately. It's not the phone, it's the emotional pattern. Profiles that stimulate constant comparison. Pages that thrive on scandal. Videos that repeatedly activate collective fear. You enter for 5 minutes and leave with a sense of inadequacy. Extremely competitive gyms also make this list. Not the physical practice, but the environment where body comparison is constant, where there is silent judgment, where the focus is on external validation. You may train and leave feeling more insecure than when you entered. Even certain religious or spiritual groups can be draining when they operate through fear, guilt, or constant threat. A space that should bring clarity ends up feeding emotional dependency. Notice that at no point am I saying that these places are evil. The point is different. They carry a specific collective emotional pattern. And if you repeatedly frequent environments where anxiety, comparison, tension, or conflict predominates, your internal field begins to align with that. Energy is not something mystical. Energy is sustained emotional state. If you stay too long in environments where irritation predominates, you tend to become more irritable. If you remain in environments where comparison predominates, you tend to feel insufficient. If you stay where there is constant disorganization, your mind begins to operate in a fragmented way. And the most dangerous part, this happens gradually. You don't notice the weariness on the first day, nor in the first week. But after months of being in such environments, you start to think that your fatigue is part of your personality. It's not. It's repeated exposure. Spaces shape behavior. Environments reinforce patterns. The collective field influences the individual state. A spiritually lucid person does not live in paranoia, but they also do not live unconsciously. Do you notice how your body reacts when leaving certain places? Or do you continue attributing everything to just a difficult phase? Perhaps the question is not where you should go, but where you should not continue to stay. Would you like me to delve even deeper and provide a specific list of environments that you might frequent every week without realizing the impact?